A lot of my subscribers have been asking me to make a video on Lil Peep, and that's initially what this video is supposed to be, but I just wasn't able to make a beat that I felt was good enough. I made 5 or 6 different beats and none of them were any good in my opinion, so I decided to go a bit more broad with my topic today. Don't worry though, I still fully intend on making a video dedicated to Lil Peep, I just wasn't able to get to it this week. Even though Lil Peep didn't invent Emo Trap, he definitely popularized the sound, he helped push it forward, and he did it better than anyone else in my opinion. Emo Trap is kind of a blend between early 2000s emo rock and modern-day trap music, usually featuring acoustic or electric guitar samples, backed by trap-style drums distinguishable by their rattling hi-hats and 808 bass. The vocal delivery of emo trap artists tends to be in line with their early 2000s angst-driven emo rock counterparts. Although there are some artists who I'd classify as being within the emo trap subgenre who don't typically use that sort of delivery, such as Lil Tracy. So I wouldn't say that having that sort of vocal delivery is essential, but if you can pull it off, it certainly helps reinforce the vibe. If you're interested to know some of the artists within the genre that I listen to, there's Smart Death, Drippin' So Pretty, Nick Prosper, and of course, Lil Peep. But anyway, let's get into the cook-up. First off, I found this song that I thought had a cool little guitar riff, so I'm going to chop it up and create a usable loop. I'll speed up the footage. Here's what I came up with. Next, I applied some effects to the sample. First, I applied an EQ with a low cut around 116 Hz, a couple cuts between 2 and 3 kHz, and a cut around 4 kHz as well. Then I added a bit of delay. And lastly, I added the gross beat half speed preset because I felt like the pacing of the guitar was a little too fast. Here's what the sample sounds like with effects added. I laid down a snare. I added an open hat. I laid down this bell. I made this kick pattern. I made this hat pattern. I laid down this 808. Here's what the drums sound like all together. Okay, now it's time to write some lyrics. Since I'm not focusing on a specific artist, I'm just going to freestyle some sad emo type stuff. As for my vocals, I'll do a quick overview of the effects and presets I applied to them, because people are always asking about that. I'll also link to a more in-depth tutorial I did on vocal mixing in the description section of this video, where I show my effects chain and exactly how I process my vocals. First, I added an EQ to cut the lows around 150 Hz. I carved out some of the muddy frequencies at 240 Hz. I boosted a bit between 600 and 700 Hz. I boosted around 3 kHz. And I also boosted around 5 kHz to give it a brighter, more airy sound. I used parallel processing to apply reverb and delay. If you don't know what parallel processing is, I explain it thoroughly in my vocal mixing tutorial. I threw a compressor on my vocals, just to tame them a little bit. I added a limiter with a ceiling at -4 decibels. And lastly, I put a de-esser on my vocals to help cut back on some of those harsh S sounds. Alright, well that's pretty much everything. Let's see what we've come up with.